two, one, and go.
Welcome back, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most fundamental elements of existence water. Not just as the miracle fluid that sparked biological life on this planet, but as a mirror for how we think, feel, and express ourselves through language. From the depths of the ocean to the flow of our conversations, we're exploring how water shapes the very way we communicate. And on that note, I'm ready for the questions.
Okay, so why is liquid water considered the fundamental key to biological life?
Think of it like the ultimate social butterfly of the molecule world. Its superpower is being a universal solvent. It dissolves and transports everything a cell needs to survive, from nutrients and oxygen to waste. Without that ability to move things around, the chemistry of life would just stop.
Okay, how did ancient human civilization grow around major rivers and oceans?
Ancient civilizations were basically just following the water. It was a simple equation water equals food. The Nile, Indus, and Yellow rivers provided fertile soil that made farming possible on a massive scale, which meant people could finally stop moving and start building. Beyond that, rivers were the first superhighways. They made it easy to move heavy goods and trade with other cities, which is how small settlements turned into empires. Oceans did the same thing on a global scale, turning coastal cities into the world's biggest hubs for.
Go ahead, go ahead.
Your turn. Go ahead. I'm still on the clock.
What unique chemical properties make water irreplaceable for living cells?
Mm, it's all about the polarity. That polarity makes water act like a little magnet, which is how it manages to dissolve so many different things. Then you've got cohesion, which is essentially water's stubbornness to stay stuck together, allowing it to climb up through the roots of a tree and keep a cell from collapsing. It's that specific combination of opposites that makes it so hard to replace.
Okay, so the next thing I'm gonna ask is why do humans feel a deep psychological peace when near water?
It's that blue mind effect. There's something about the rhythmic sound of waves or the sight of a vast ocean that just shuts off the noise in our heads. It's a psychological shift into a meditative state where our brain slows down, stress drops, and everything just feels a bit more manageable. No worries, I'm staying in the zone.
Okay, so why do languages use water terms to describe time, thoughts, and emotions?
It's because water is the most instinctive thing in our lives. Water moves, shifts, and changes, and that's exactly how our internal world feels. We talk about a stream of consciousness or going with the flow because time and thoughts aren't static, they're fluid. When emotions flood us, it's because they feel like a force that can completely overwhelm our defenses, just like a real.
Yes, yes, go ahead. You stop talking.
My bad. It's just the most natural metaphor we have. Since we can't really touch or see our thoughts, we use something we can, like water, to make sense of them. What's the next one?
Okay, the next thing is wait a minute, let me go to my questions. I just
Take your
literally
time.
mess up my questions.
It happens.
Okay, how have river names and coastal geographical influence modern dialects?
It's all about how geography dictates your social circle. In the past, rivers and coastlines acted as both walls and gateways. If you lived deep in a river valley, your dialect became a time capsule because you were isolated from outside influences. But coastal cities became linguistic melting pots, absorbing words from every ship that docked. That's why you still find distinct regional accents tied to those old trade routes today.
Okay,
My bad.
how does our current environmental relationship with water affect our future survival?
I think I just stepped on your toes. It's basically the ultimate test of our maturity as a species. We've spent centuries treating water like an infinite resource, but we're hitting the wall where that mindset stops working. Our survival depends on shifting from a relationship of extraction to one of stewardship. If we can protect the watersheds, fix how we manage the scarcity, we have a shot. If not, we're looking at a future where water becomes the primary driver of global conflict.
How can protecting global water resources protect human cultures and heritage?
Because water doesn't just sustain people, it creates the actual foundation for how they live. When you protect a river or a lake, you're not just saving H2O, you're saving the rituals, the architecture, and the folklore that only exists because that water is there. If a sacred river dries up or a coastal village is swallowed by the sea, the language and traditions tied to those specific places vanish with them. It's like losing a library every time we lose a watershed.
Oh, so that's the main issue. Okay, my last question for today is what is the most powerful connection between the physical water we drink and the word we speak?
That's the big one. I think it's the fact that both are completely fluid. You can't hold a handful of water without it slipping through your fingers, and you can't pin down a language because it's always shifting and evolving. We're essentially made of the same stuff we use to describe our lives. So it's a pretty wild mirror to have.
Okay,
That
okay.
one hit different, huh? You want that outro
So
finished?
let's do an outro and finish up this recording.
That's a wrap. We've traveled from the molecular magnetism that makes life possible to the fluid metaphors that shape our every thought. It's a reminder that the water we drink and the words we speak are both parts of the same current, constantly shifting and connecting us to the world around us. Thanks for joining us on this journey through the flow of existence. We'll see you next time.
Okay, let me record